Hi, this is Troy. I thought I'd take the time today to show you what tools I carry with me on service calls. In this pocket I got a couple offset screwdrivers. I don't use them too often. Seems like when I do use them, it's for ceiling fans. This here I got a long Allen wrench. Use those on quick set locks. This one here I got a garbage disposal jam wrench. Use this all the time. I've got about 20 of them. Usually when I get called out to a jam garbage disposal, I'll unjam it and then leave a wrench with them so they don't have the same problem again. Right here I got a Cobalt 1/4 inch nut driver. Use this all the time on hose clamps. Same thing here, I got a 5/16 nut driver. Use this on hose clamps. It's also Cobalt. Right here I've got a Craftsman USA 3/8 nut driver. I use this all the time on garbage disposals. This one here, Craftsman USA 11/32 nut driver. I don't know if I've ever used it. And this one here I've got, if I can get it out, got 3 different sizes of easy outs. I don't use these often, but when I need them, believe me, they're well worth the money. It's saved me a lot of time and problems. This one here, just screwdrivers, pencils, Sharpie. You can never have too many pencils. Over here, Teflon tape, and then some gas tape. Right here, LED light. It was a freebie from Harbor Freight. You really can't beat it. I stick this underneath the cabinet, turn it on, it lights up the whole thing. I can see fine. This one back here, got a headlight and Energizer one. I use this all the time. I love it. Over here, 25-foot tape measure, Stanley. I've been using Stanley tape measures for about 25 years. No problems with them. Right here, I've got a 10-inch Craftsman, 10-inch Craftsman USA channel locks. They're okay. I also have another pair of 10-inch channel locks. These are Cobalt. It kind of bothers me that they have the China stamp in them, but I'll be honest with you, I beat these to death, and they're the ones that I reach for first. I highly recommend them. I mean, they're comfortable, they're durable, and they're tough. Got a scraper. Use this most of the time, scraping out old caulking, scraping off old wax seals off of toilets. They come in really handy. Right here I've got a set of Husky precision screwdrivers. I use these a lot on towel bars, toilet paper holders, and to be honest with you, this is a great set. I think it was like $4.50. Got the case, all different sizes. You can't go wrong for the money. And then here I've got a set of vice grips. It's been heated and bent for the angle. Comes in really handy on lots of things. And I've got a small set of another pair of vice grips. They come in handy. The other day I had a stripped off screw, couldn't get it out, got it out with this. Okay, I've got Crescent wrenches. These are all Craftsman USA, 3 different sizes. I use these all the time, and I can't tell you, they're made by Western Forge for Craftsman, and they keep their size. They don't wobble. I've had many sets over the years that I've thrown away because every time you turn it, the size changes. I can't recommend these a much. They're the best that I've had. Okay, now I've got a Craftsman USA professional screwdriver, straight blade. Use it quite often. And this one here, this is a Craftsman USA non-gearless ratcheting screwdriver. When I first got it, I hated it, and I almost threw it away. And then I bought some snap-on bits for it, and now it's my favorite tool. I use it all the time. So I highly recommend this, but you can't use the bits that it comes with because they're too soft. And right here I've got a Craftsman Professional USA #1 Phillips. It's a nice screwdriver. I don't use it a whole lot for screws, to be honest with you. I use it more for poking holes in walls for drywall anchors than I do for screws, but when I need a number one, I have it. I love this thing. This is a Klein. It's for, you know, switch covers, outlet covers. I use this all the time. One of the best tools I have. Right here I have a number 2 Phillips Craftsman Professional. It's a nice driver, soft handle. I like the handle, but I'll be honest with you, the tip's kind of soft, and so I hardly ever use it anymore. It just seems a little soft for me. This is a snap-on number 2 Phillips. I love this thing. You know, USA, it just feels good in your hands. The tip's strong. I mean, if you can get anything out with this. If you look at the two, you know, you see the difference. Like I say, they're both nice screwdrivers, but just the feel in your hand between the two is incomparable. And then also the strength of the tips. I mean, there's no comparison. I mean, if you're going to own any high quality tools, it's got to be a number 2 Phillips. This is it. Then I've got a Moen Faucet Wrench. It's plastic. It comes with the faucets. I always like to keep one. I use this quite often on faucets. And then right here I've got the same thing, except for it's a Price Fisher Faucet Wrench. I use that quite often. And here I have a dumbbell wrench, Pittsburgh from Harbor Freight. I use it a lot to take out drains on showers, and it works great. I mean, I have no complaints about it. I've got a set of Cobalt metric Allen wrenches. I use these quite often. It's always nice to have. Then here I have a set of gloves. These are from Harbor Freight. They seem to work the best for me. For $5, you know, you really can't beat them. I have a problem with gloves. No matter if they're high dollar or cheap, the first time I wear them, I always put a hole in them. And so these, I can replace them fairly cheaply, and you know, I still get holes in them, but these seem to hold up fairly well for the price, and I'm not out a lot when I put a hole in them. This is my 8-ounce stubby hammer. I love this thing. It's from Harbor Freight. I think it was like $3. I use it all the time. I mean, I love this thing. Okay, I got my chisels, my wood chisels. This is a Cobalt 1-inch. This is actually the only good sharp one that I carry with me when I actually need to chisel wood. I've got 2 more in here that are all beat up, and these are what I use for beating on things. I mean, I use them for beating on metal and concrete and everything. And like I say, they're not sharp, but they do the job. And then now I've got my Southwire electrical tester. It's got the flashlight in it. I'm really happy with it. It does what it's supposed to do. And I've got my Southwire outlet tester. It's got the GFI. Works pretty good. Got my USA Whisk nips. For some reason, I'm always partial to red handles. I've used the red handle ones all my life. I like them. They're really sharp. I think I've had 2 pairs in 20 years. I mean, you can't beat them. And I've got, you know, my torpedo level. It's a Swanson. I use this quite often. And I've got my needle nose pliers. They're Husky. They're nothing special, but they do the job. I think I'm going to upgrade. For some reason, when I use these a lot, I always pinch my fingers in here. And so I've got to try to find something that works a little better, but you know, for the price, they're okay. And I've got my Klein wire strippers. I love these things, use them all the time, wiring up garbage disposals, ceiling fans, outlets. You know, these are great. USA made, comfortable, sharp. I can't say it enough. And then here I've got my Craftsman USA side cuts. A little bit of an angle on them. I like these. They're sharp. I have no problems with them. Use them all the time. In here, I've also got, this is my 4th adjustable wrench. This is great. You know, it's Empire. It's made in Taiwan, but I love it. It goes up to 3 inches wide. I use this for sinks, strainer baskets. I mean, I can't tell you, once you have one of these, it pays for itself in probably one day when you use it because it's so handy. Then also I got a big set, 12-inch set, Craftsman USA channel locks. I use these for changing out flush valves in toilets. Can't beat them. And in here, got a big cobalt wrench, or a wrench, a screwdriver. I've had this thing for years. I don't use it a whole lot on screws, but believe me, I beat it to death. I use it for things that it's not supposed to be used for. Now turn this around. Let's see what else I got here. I've got a razor knife from Harbor Freight. It's a Pittsburgh. Seems to be okay. I've got some blades. I carry 3 knives on me. I have this one in here, and then in my pocket I have a cobalt, and then I also carry a Leatherman with me. You can never have too many knives, you know. And then in here I have my tubing cutter. I use this a lot. Great tool. And then in here, I think this is last but not least, I've got my Moen cartridge puller. I use this all the time, and it works great. I think I've had to replace the screw on the end of it 3 or 4 times, but great tool, use it all the time. Alright, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.